Yo, what's good? Talking that Snyder cut of Justice League today. I never saw the first one, so this is all new to me. All of this is new to me. Well, aside from internet complaining aside, this is new to me. So here we go. So first and foremost, the runtime, 4 hours. I look, I'm a real man. I'm afraid of commitment. So I stretched that over 2 days, and it was good. So if you if you like me, you got commitophobia, go ahead and jump on that. Go ahead and take it in parts. You know, it ain't gonna make no difference really. It There's a lot of downtime in the movie anyway. To be honest with you, the first couple hours is kind of like it's probably really long because there's extra slow motion. A lot of slow motion in this movie. You would have thought this movie had Bobby V on the soundtrack. You know what I'm saying? That slow down. I just want to get to know you. Every time Gal Gadot came on there, same thing. But she had the lamentation music. Them Amazonians, man, they got that special chant. That I don't know. That's not how it went. But it was definitely better than I did. But it was every time she stepped her toe in the frame, her toenail, they just started chanting. And I'm just like, man, what is this? Even Aquaman had a chant. That was weird. I don't know what was going on like the first couple hours. Batman on his recruitment, you know what I'm saying, doing his thing, being a special booster. My man was out there trying to get him. And yeah, they came together at the end, you knew that. But I want to talk about the MVP of that movie, Cyborg. My man got some shine. It's unfortunate that, like, out of all of them, he's the only one who didn't really get no solo stint. He didn't get no solo flick. He ain't got no terribly written teen drama on the CW like The Flash did. No, he don't get that. He got Justice League. And that was his movie, rightfully so. He was the best part of it. His dynamic with his dad. I'm a sucker for father-son movies. You know what I mean? Father-son flicks. Never had that connection, you know. But for real, it was good. It was good on that end. I like that aspect of the movie for sure. Him and the CGI on him, that was all right. You know, it could have been better, but it looked better than it did for the original one, which that whole movie, lighting-wise, filter-wise, it was like one of those bad Instagram filters. That sepia, whatever it's called. Very orange. But this one's very, very grim. Very Boulevard of Broken Dreams-ish. You know what I'm saying? So take that as you will. Still very emotional, kind of gritty. Plays that emo vibe, you know. Only thing missing maybe is emo Pete running around gyrating. But outside of that, I enjoyed it for what it was. I like the action sequences, as much slowing down as there was. That Schneider vision is definitely not something I can take too much of, for sure. I gotta say, it really takes a lot of the impact out of a lot of things, to say the least. It's just, like when the Flash is doing his thing and he saves that girl in the beginning, that was pretty nice. But like the Cyborg scene with the football, when he's playing football and it's just slow motion on everything he does, every juke, everything, and it's like it doesn't look good after a minute. Like the first couple, like you could fit slow motion in a few scenes, you know, in a few shots, but in the same like scene, I feel like there should be a limit. Somebody got to be like, yo, you get 3 and you're done. Because it was like every time he came for a juke, every time he went to spin, and it was like, oh man, hurry this up, wrap this up, man. It looks better in fast motion. You know what I mean? It's football. You want to see people getting juked in real time. You know what I mean? It's much better. So, you know, moving on through that movie, sucks for that man. Cyborg got it rough. That man was a standout for Gotham City University. My guy, fresh off of beating a big, Nebraska. Fresh off of beating Nebraska. Ain't no slouchy team. They beat him. Or was it Wisconsin? That cat jumped on here. Got a kitty. My man is up here. See if you can see my guy. Look at him. But anyway, moving on. But yeah, and then he loses his mom in a car accident, and it's like 3/4 of his damn body. He's already mad at his dad because his daddy ain't ever there, you know. So he's got that Austin Powers thing going for him. Daddy wasn't there. Not at all. Daddy was working late every night. At least he wasn't cheating, you know. You know, black men don't cheat. But moving forward, but yeah, he lost a lot. Man went from a standout at quarterback, number 7. Now ain't no slouches were number 7, but my man was on his Mike Vick, and boy did he get dogged in the end because my mind lost a lot. Everybody loved him, and the next thing you know, people couldn't even look at him. Like, oh, who's this guy? Who's this guy who got them red ass eyes? My man was sad. Man was going through it throughout that movie. But eventually, he feels, he picks up. He finds himself a new team, a new family in the Justice League, and turned his life around, Really turned his life around at the end. Got himself a nice little heartfelt moment with his dad, fixed that relationship or what it was before it ended, of course. But that was nice. Batman's in it. Batflick. Not a fan of Ben Affleck. So I don't know. Batman doesn't do anything cool. You know what I mean? He hasn't done anything cool in a few movies now. And it's just like, man, what's going on? You just out here shooting people. Batman out here catching bodies. Screw it. That's Ben Affleck for you. My man said, nah, screw the stunts, man. I got the burner. And he pulled out that thing on him. My man out there clapping everybody. That's what he was about. Aquaman's in it, doing his thing. Gets washed by Steppenwolf. All them Atlanteans. What's her face? Mara was in there. She had an accent now. I don't know where it came from. She didn't have it in the Aquaman movie, but she got one now. And she out here bloodbending, pulling water out of him. That was cool. She still got washed, but that was cool. So all of them got washed. Steppenwolf came in. He was doing his thing. He was an okay villain. Kind of. He's there trying to get noticed by Senpai. Dark Side, Senpai. Whatever you want to call him. He's out there trying to get noticed, doing his best. And he almost got away with it too. He got himself the mother boxes, but goddamn, the mystery gang came in and busted his ass. There's a whole final fight scene that's it's not a CGI mess. The Flash's part is pretty cool. I really hope they find a track coach or somebody to tell Flash to stop running like he's swimming. My man is really out there just remember how Frozone be throwing like snow in front of him and stuff like that when he was in Incredibles in that last fight scene? It's just like that. He runs like he's ice skating. It's pretty kind of kills the scene after a while. But him turning back time, that was dope. I like that. That was a cool little scene. My man had his little comeuppance. My man, he did his thing on that one. But that last fight scene with them fighting Steppenwolf, beating him down, that was okay. There was a lot of slow motion, and the themes kept changing every time somebody came up on screen to get their lick in on old Step. And it was like, okay, and then Wonder Woman's part. Lemon, more chanting. More chanting. The theme of the movie. And it makes me wonder. She gets her thing and she cuts his head off. That's that. And my man was not ahead of the competition because he was just right there in front of Darkseid, and he was like, damn, poor guy. Couldn't catch a break right there. Just as close. He was so close. But it was above him. My man lost out. What are you going to do? You're fighting Superman. Like, good luck. Good luck. And if anything from Superman's resurrection, if there was one thing you learned from watching Superman or just knowing about Superman, that man is just overpowered. Boy is like Akuma in real time, but with like extra health. All the health. Like, how do you beat the guy? Ain't nobody got no kryptonite. They don't just sell that stuff in the store. You can't just go get kryptonite, 2 rocks for $1 down at your local pick and save. That's not going to happen. So when they resurrected him and he pretty much beat all their asses until Lois Lane came in, Lois Lane is a very dull character. She's just kind of there to breathe and talk very softly. Clark. Clark. My man does not have a secret. For whatever secret identity he was going for, he does not get to have one because she keep calling him Clark in public. And I'm like, man, Soups, you got to address this, man. You got an identity to keep. And she just calling you Clark out of nowhere. And it's like, well, she ain't got no powers. If I was a villain, I'd just be like, yo, I'm going to go ahead and hit her up. Fuck it. Trying to get a Superman, I ain't even got to do nothing. I just got to get old girl right here. Screw it. So that was an experience on that end. What else? Gotta say, when it comes to Wonder Woman stuff, that lamentation music got corny after a while, but a couple of times it goes into her the cool little theme she got that doesn't really match the tone of the films, because none of the films look all sad, so you'd think it would be something more slower, maybe like some violins. But nah, it's a cool theme. Doesn't really fit a lot of the situations, but it's nice, so I'm always glad to hear it. But yeah, if I had to grade this movie, I'd give it about a 3 out of 5. It's cool. It's watchable. If you ain't never seen it, hey, put it on a Sunday like today. Clean the house. It is Easter though. So, clean the house anyway. Put it on. It's either that or put on that Suavemente or that Whitney Houston playlist. Whichever you see fit, but this isn't bad. It's a cool way to kill 4 hours. Nice little background noise. You don't really gotta pay attention too much. It's pretty straightforward, simple. Doesn't try to beat you over the head being something overcomplicated. The Joker scene toward the end, I don't care for Jared Leto. So Joker, I do not. You can give Batman all the reach rounds you want. I'm not gonna look around and turn around at this situation because it's like, yo, man, you're just not it. And it doesn't help, Jared, that you have like old boy Heath Ledger to live up to. And then now you got Joaquin Phoenix's version. So you're just like, yeah, man, it's over for him in a way, because it's like, how you going to match up to that? Then you got Mark Hamill, who has the best laugh of all the Jokers, and my favorite Joker from the animated series, of course. The animated series is great. You should check it out. It's the best Batman show. Best Batman. And the best movies. Animated movies. Under Mask of the Phantasm, Batman and Mr. Freeze. Those are great movies. Great movies. 2 great movies. But, yeah, for sure. Definitely going to give this a 3 out of 5. Martian Manhunter, I don't know what he was doing throughout the movie, because they was out there fighting. Old boy and Steppenwolf was pulling up, just washing everybody, and Martian Manhunter over here playing dress up, running around. Like, yo, I'm here. And then he pulls up on Batman at the end. He's like, yeah, I'm around, hit me up. I got Facebook, add me. People call me the Martian Manhunter. I don't know, like, who would call you the Martian Manhunter? Just like, who's just like out there like, yo, that's him. That's the Martian Manhunter. Who's calling him that? I don't think other Martians are calling him that at all. So from that logic, I don't see why anyone would as just a name. Doesn't make any sense. But yeah, I'm gonna leave. But on this note, to end on this note, speaking of like slow chants, Gal Gadot had herself a nice little not another teen movie moment. She had a nice little, she was slow motion in a lot of things. Every time, slowed down, looked at her, she just. And you gotta think, like, what would you have? If you would have a slow motion theme that played every time you stepped on the scene, anytime you even breathed, what would it be for you? What would you think when you walking through that little chant music, you sitting there? Looking around, what's playing? You know what I mean? It's playing. You got What's My Name by DMX. You got Who's That Girl by Eve? I don't know. Whatever. You got Moonlight Sonata. You pretentious enough like myself coming through with the classical. Who knows? But yeah, think about that. Peace.